We're going. Where are we going?
We're going to the annual pilgrimage. Did I say that? Pilgrimage?
Pilgrimage.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. We're off to Bikepark Wales. Time to test the confidence, see what happened over the year.
And first things first, let's get everybody together. We're a mixed bag of riders today, but that doesn't really matter. Half of us are going to do some nice and easy ones to warm up, and the other half are going to do some blues reds. Oh, take your time, don't try and keep up with people, because we always wait for you, yeah? Go on, Speedy.
Hey, let's not send me first.
Safety brief over. Let's get moving.
Oh, Chris, what's going on? You're behaving.
Yeah, Chris has calmed down on his warm-ups a little bit. If you remember Chris, he's the one that actually removed his kneecap at 417.
I got to tell you off from the Welsh guy, it wasn't my fault.
Yeah, for some reason the drivers were exceptionally feisty today, but more about that later. The plan for today.
Pressures feel pretty good at the moment.
We are just going to ride my favourite trails. Probably not going to try anything new, just the best of the best for my bike, which is the Chromax Stylus, which is a hardtail. And what trail is going to be our warm-up today? There's only one, Sixapod. Sixapod is an amazing trail to warm up on. It starts you at the very top of the hill with some really gentle flow, some smaller berms, some kicky lips, nothing that's going to make you have an accident. And it just allows you to get used to the way your bike feels at the bike park.
Don't remember any of it.
Now that you're halfway warmed up, we're entering the forest. The berms, they get a little bit taller. There are even a couple of small doubles you can try your hand at. Everything is still completely rollable, but the speed is a little bit faster. A lot of people think Bikepark Wales is going to be better in the dry. That's not the case. A little bit of rain the night before, and we have hero dirt.
Go for it.
We're now entering Merthyr Rocks. Now, we all know a full suspension bike is going to be better over the chunk, but Merthyr Rocks, you might be pleasantly surprised, is amazing on a hardtail. It spaces those rocks out a little bit more, being a blue trail, and it just enables you to get that little bit more of a pump in between the rocky sections. I would still overspec your hardtail with a really good fork and maybe include an insert in your back tyre, just to take a little bit of harshness away. Merthyr Rocks, in my opinion, is a little bit faster than its big brother Rimdinger, and it definitely introduces you to a little bit of technical chunk. And towards the bottom, it gets a little bit more fun, it gets a little bit more rowdy. If you ever remember being in the back of your parents' car when you go over a humpback bridge really quickly and that sensation you get, this is exactly how it felt on this trail with this bike. Hilarious. Yeah, that tickled a lot.
Oh, so glad. That was amazing.
Red or blue?
I'm going to go blue.
Oh, guys, don't be subjected to peer pressure. I said blue. I'm going red. This is the bottom of Willy Waver, and it gives you a choice of red or blue. Both trails are pretty mellow, to be honest, and I think I've actually been on this red trail before, and they've mellowed it out within the last 12 months. It's a lot of fun. Probably just a little bit faster. So that's one run from top to bottom. Time to get back up the hill and do it all again. Which trail are we going to go for next? It's a classic. And we're now hitting Terry's Belly. This used to be my favourite trail. And until they made the Green Trail Kermit, this was Bikepark Wales' longest trail, at over 4 kilometres long. It was one of the longest trails in Europe. So now we've not only got high banked berms, we've got them coming at us with no rest, one after the other, berm after berm after berm. And this is why, if you want to progress your riding, you need to come to a bike park, because there's nowhere else in this country where you can have these type of trails that are going to progress your skill level to the extent of Bikepark Wales.
I'm trying to find the edge.
And that was me saying I'm going to find the edge of my grip. And that was Gordon behind me saying, found it. There are a few times where Bikepark Wales makes you feel like a mountain biking god. And of course, you're not. It's purely down to the trail builders. What an amazing job they do.
What's that?
So as it is a group ride, we're never going to leave anyone behind. We don't mind waiting, it's what we do.
I'll come off the trail.
Now we're leaving the flow trails and we're heading for a little bit of chunk in the way of a blue tech trail called Forest Bump. Although the technical trails are not quite as fast, they're still really exciting, throwing everything in your way. The trees are a little bit closer and now you're exposed to some roots. Now if anyone knows me, they know I don't like wet roots. Luckily today they weren't too bad in the woods and there was still a massive amount of grip. On technical trails you have to be a lot more aware of your surroundings, and especially on this trail there are a few little hidden drops that you just need to make a note of.
I don't remember that being that bumpy.
It is called Forest Bump, Gaz. Now this is where my Hardtail is going to come alive. Roller Disco is a huge pump track, the home of the Hardtail. Pump after pump, berm after berm, and this lasts for a good couple of minutes before it shoots you straight into one of the fastest bits at Bikepark Wales. The surface that you're riding on is actually blessed by witchcraft, and in the wet it gives you so much grip. So by the halfway through the day you're actually throwing your bike into the berms because you know there's no way your tyres are going to be sliding out. Saying that, I'm taking no liability for you guys sliding out. And now we're heading into an incredibly fast section that heads back towards the trail centre and the uplift. This section has some serious compressions and also quite a nasty corrugated tunnel. If you get it wrong, you're going to get it wrong. But I think this section's been on every Bikepark Wales video since the birth of YouTube. And there's a good reason for that. It's epic. After lunch, we decided just to fool around on a couple of the smaller gap jumps on Die Hard, which is a black trail.
Doing it, Chris?
Now it's time to take Beck down one of my favourite reds, which is Vicious Valley. This is rooty, rocky, a couple of drops, and for me it's definitely the perfect trail to progress your riding from blue to red.
All rollers.
We're now hitting my favourite red at Bikepark Wales, which is Surfing Bird. This one is definitely going to progress the smaller drops, so if you're not confident in drops, probably head to this one first before the likes of what's occurring. Some of these drops are still no joke, so you still have to be mindful, and if you're not sure, walk it first. Pull your bike to the side of the trail and just check it out. in between the red tech sections, which are the drops and the rock rollovers, you're still able to get a little bit of speed in between. So I would call it a tech flow trail.
Did you get that on camera?
We normally have a flawless visit to Bikepark Wales every year. We've been coming for the since it's been open, and we've noticed this time the drivers were a little bit rude to a couple of people because they were unaware how to strap the bikes onto the trailer. It's no excuse for poor customer service, I'm afraid. This is interesting. We thought we'd try a trail called Boomslang. Now we've just gone over the qualifier there, which was a 3-foot gap, nothing major. The qualifier is a section of trail which tells you if you can't do that, don't continue. So nothing really should be worse than the qualifier. Boom! So the qualifier being a 3-foot gap.
Oh yeah.
The second jump is more like a 15-foot step down. The one after that, probably a 10-foot step down straight into a berm. So this trail, the qualifier, doesn't count as a qualifier. This is the importance of walking trails. And as is the tradition when we go to Bikepark Wales, the last trail that we do is Poppity Ping. It's a blue jump trail. Now the jumps and the tabletops here are no joke really. They're quite big, but they are tabletops, so they are very forgiving. And I love riding this one at the end of the day because it shows you how much riding has progressed throughout the day and the importance of going to bike parks. But we've had another amazing trip to Bikepark Wales. Never ceases to amaze me how much work these guys actually do through the year to improve the trails. So if you think the £48 for an uplift is expensive, think about all the work that goes into making these trails and making your experience a lot better every year. But now it's time to pack up, get the bikes back in the car. We're not going home, we're actually going somewhere else for next week's video. So please do hit subscribe, like, and join us for our adventure next week.
I didn't have to wait for you at all.